And we shouldn't be judging people because we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Nobody has room for making judgment, especially on your who's trying. If they trying, that's what matters. And it's sad that we judge. And we judge because of life, feelings. Our feelings get hurt. Our feelings get hurt, and when our feelings get hurt, we want to start judging everything before it starts to enter our comfortability. If we feel like it's going to mess up our comfortability, then we start judging. We judge the unknown. And that's not cool, because anything can happen. Anything and everything is possible. So the things that our parents do and did to raise us was in our best interest, and maybe that was the best they could do at the time with the things that they had at the time. Or the things or the connections that they had or the education that they had. Everything, all of those things play into why our parents did what they did to raise us. Now, do I agree with some of the things that was taught to me or how I was raised? No. But guess what? The person I am is the reason why I was taught those things. I didn't understand that then. We don't ever understand it in the moment. And that's when you get closer to God, he or she starts to open your eyes to the moments. Opening your eyes to the little things that you should appreciate to make the bigger picture more colorful. It's all about the bigger picture, but it's about the details of the bigger picture also. You can't see the bigger picture without seeing the details. And those details are the little things that we need to appreciate within relationships with our parents, with our siblings, with our neighbors. Judgment. And in everybody's book, everybody's religious book, everybody's way of life, everybody's spirituality, one of the rules is that you're not supposed to judge. And here we are. That's what we do to the very ones we love. Is judge. We judge from the things they eat, excuse me, the things they wear. We even judge if they don't have the same faith as us. And that's wrong too. Because that draws a wedge in between the relationship. You end up like my friend and his mom. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be in your life. And that's not cool. We're supposed to come together. When we're born by ourselves to come together, come to something. We come from God to come to God. Because everybody that's walking has God in them. Everything that's breathing has God in them. So at the end of the day, when you're judging God. And who are you to judge God? Even when people judge you, who are they to judge you? You have God in you. So who are they to judge God? That's why you shouldn't judge. You lose. You lose more than you gain when you judge. It's just like the saying, when you kill somebody, you might as well bury a ditch for yourself too. It's the same thing. If you judge somebody, you might as well get ready for the judgment. And then you lose. We're supposed to be winning, not losing. Ain't y'all tired of losing? I'm tired of losing. I know I'm tired of losing. And if somehow my friend that I grew up with that knows that I'm talking about him and his siblings, man, I love y'all. And maybe I don't understand, but God's way to overcome that is to not judge. Because we all make mistakes. We all do things that somebody else would do it a different way. That does not mean that it's wrong because somebody else did it a different way from you. That's another thing. People judge because when they figure out a way of doing things, and we supposed to figure out ways of doing things to make life easy. So when people figure out ways of doing things and it's easy for them, they feel like somebody else should do it that way because it was easy for them. Not understanding everybody's different. Everybody likes is different. Ways is different. Timing is different. Thinking is different. Blinking is different. So it's not going to work for you as easy as it was working. It's not going to work for them as easy as it's working for you. They have to figure out their way. And when they figure out their way, you can't judge because it's not your way. You just got to embrace. If you're a Christian, in your own Bible, it says that Christ says that when you go into somebody else's town, you're supposed to live under their rules. Live by the land of the laws. The laws, live by the laws of the land, he said. When you go to somebody else's house, you're supposed to honor their house. Not go there and judge. And that goes for every person, being that comes into your life. You're supposed to honor them in their space and their thoughts, their way of living. And the parents should get the ultimate honor because they brought us here. If they're trying. Now, if they people that, that didn't raise you and, just, I'm going to just leave it at that. They didn't raise you, then they might not have a say with what kind of relationship y'all should have. Nobody might not. I mean, really, nobody has a say what kind of relationship you should have with somebody. But what I'm saying is the godly way to make things easier and to make things in this life easier and smoother for you. This is what you should do, not judge. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can, if you're the type of person who is judgmental and you hold grudges and that's what you want to do and you like to do, by all means, like I said, everybody has God in them, so you can make that decision that this is your reality. You can live by your own rules. But just know, living like that, you lose people. And you lose people that is close to you, your family members. You'll develop relationships down the line, but eventually when they get close to you, you're going to lose them too. Because you hold grudges. You're judgmental. You can't be like that. So, agreeing with the things our parents did when we was growing up, on how they took care of us and all of that is irrelevant. We're not supposed to agree with it. And we're not supposed to disagree with it. It is what it is. Did it help you become a better person? Yes. Because even if your parent, like I said, even if you just disagree with everything your parent taught you, if they raised you, you are the person you are now is the reason why. It's because of what they taught you. And you probably are a pretty strong person. If they raised you, you're probably a pretty strong person. You just don't know it. And maybe you do know it. That's why, some people develop these judgmental things because but you gotta let that go. Because if you're strong, then being nice and letting things go should not be nothing. There's a saying, bees do not go around to teach flies that honey is better than shit. I'm going to hit the school bell for that. I'm going to say that again. Bees do not tell flies that honey is better than shit. Now, do flies find out? Some of them. The ones that'll judge, they have a better life than the ones. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Starseed family. We can't be judgmental. Not to our parents. That just crushed me hearing that, from people that I'm close with. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta, talk about this on the purple moon. And if you're listening, put some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about that. Not speaking to your parent because of how you was raised by them. Hit me up. Let me know. Am I wrong, for saying that we should let everything go that our parents did if they raised us? Should we be judgmental towards them and people? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Talk to your boy. Let's talk about this, because this is one of the subjects that we need to talk about. Because old and young, it's always a war between old and young, and that's one of the reasons why there's a tug of war between old and young, because of the first thing is saying how we was raised. Oh, y'all dropped the ball this, and y'all didn't do this, and y'all didn't do that, and then they'll turn around and say, well, y'all this and y'all. Let's talk about it. We need to get to the bottom of this. It's always divide and conquer. And divide and conquer is within everything. It's not just within color, race. It's not just it's in everything. Boys and girls, males and females, gays and straight, light skins and dark skins, Spaniards and Latins, blacks and Africans, Jamaicans and Haitians. It's all Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. It's divide and conquer within everything. So we gotta bump that out. We gotta get that out. That divide and conquer out. And how do we do that? Judgment. We gotta get rid of that. So let's talk about it. Hit me up in the comments, man, because this is a subject that's, I don't know. I'm lost for words. And yeah, there were some things, my grandmother did. My grandmother, my mom's did, when I was, because they was the two women who raised me. And there was plenty of things that they did. And I was like, hold on. What the hell? What's going on? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And you know what they would do? They'll put me on punishment. And then I'll be on punishment in my little jail cell, because they had a little punishment jail cell for myself. And, I'd be in my little punishment jail cell. It wasn't no cage or nothing like that. I know y'all like jail cell. No, it wasn't no cage or nothing like that.